Welcome to K-Beauty This or That, episode 2. This video was so popular that we definitely need to make this a series. Now, K-Beauty This or That is when we take two really similar K-Beauty products and we compare them. We decide which is better, this or that, and really break it down, because at the end of the day, K-Beauty is a fantastic universe full of so many wonderful products, but we only have one face, we only have one wallet, and we can't buy and use all the products all at once. So K-Beauty This or That is designed to help you decide which one is better for you. So give this video a big thumbs up, because today we're going to be breaking down some super popular products. We're going to be talking about Laneige sleeping packs, we're going to be talking about some Snail products between Cosrx and Benton, plus we've got another Purito sunscreen showdown. Whenever I think about really popular brands in K-Beauty, one name will always come up on that list over and over again, and that's Laneige. Everybody loves Laneige. Even if you don't love Laneige, you kind of love Laneige. Do you know what I mean? Their products are so popular. They're beyond popular. They're iconic. And as soon as they release something new, it quickly runs into that like hype status and then that iconic status very, very quickly. Whether it's a good product or bad product or somewhere in between, you cannot deny that when Laneige releases something, it's an exciting event, right? All right, so today's K-Beauty This or That is going to be an epic showdown between two very popular Laneige products. One is iconic and one is brand spanking new. That's right, we're going to be talking about the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, iconic K-Beauty product. This is the product that puts sleeping masks on the map. And we're also going to be talking about a new release from Laneige, which is their Cica sleeping mask. Now, K-Beauty This or That, let's talk about the similarities here. They're both sleeping packs. Yep, that's about it. These two couldn't be more different. And I'm really excited to compare and contrast these products for you guys because, like I said, they're totally different products. So let's start with the water sleeping mask. This mask, as I said, this is what really puts sleeping masks on the map for pretty much the entire world, honestly, not only just in K-Beauty, but in Western beauty as well. This is a product that has broken the Western market, and this is sold at Sephora, worldwide. This is a really iconic product. I just wanted to put that out there. This is super duper famous. Now, let's talk about this product. So texture on this one, this is very light. It's a gel-like texture, and it's actually quite watery and cool feeling on the skin. Now, ingredients-wise, this features 6 minerals that will help the skin retain more moisture. We've also got some beta-glucan in here, which is a really great moisturizer for the skin, plus glycerin, which is a fantastic humectant for the skin. This also features something that Laneige calls a calming sleep scent. So basically what this is a collection of different extracts that, and fragrance, let's be honest, and fragrance, that are supposed to really help you relax. The scent is supposed to calm you, relax you, prepare you for sleep, but it's also supposed to help revive the skin while you're sleeping as well. Now, as far as ingredients that we need to be aware of on this one, this does include fragrance. It also includes alcohol, drying alcohol, a little bit more towards the bottom of the list, but it is there. But we do not have the use of essential oils in this product. So what's my take? What's my experience with this product? Well, I have to tell you that I used this very early on in my K-Beauty journey when I was first getting started many years ago. Of course, as I said, this is an iconic product. I had to have it. And I actually recently just brought it back into my routine as well. So I feel like I have a pretty good grip on how I feel about this product. So first of all, the things that I really like about this product, it's super lightweight. And it's very breathable. Now, what I also appreciate about this mask is that it dries down quickly. Sleeping masks, the one thing that I don't like about sleeping masks, and one thing that just even though I love a 10-step routine and lots of layers, the one thing that really gets to me is when things don't dry down quickly. And I'm happy to report that this mask really dries down quickly. You're not going to get your hair stuck to your cheek stuck to your pillow, that kind of thing. This really dries down quickly and just really creates a nice, thin, breathable, occlusive layer. This is really perfect if you do like to put a lot of layers on, because it just is that really nice, thin, breathable layer that doesn't feel heavy. It's not going to add a lot of oil or grease to your skin while you're sleeping in the middle of the night. This is just, it's there, it locks your skincare layers down, and it helps prevent water loss throughout the night. However, this is kind of where I personally am like, about this product. You know, it has the word water in it, the water mask, and that makes you think it's going to be super duper hydrating. And unfortunately, just in my experience, my skin is very thirsty, it's very dehydrated, it needs a lot, and this mask just really didn't deliver on that front for me. However, as a light and occlusive layer, this really does do the trick. And for sleeping masks, that's really kind of all I really want it to do. So this one, I really like the function of it as a sleeping mask, but I don't really like it as a hydrator. Let's talk about the Cica sleeping mask. Now, this is a new product from Laneige that they just released a few months ago, and honestly, this has a lot of buzz around it. So much buzz, in fact, it honestly, I'm kind of a person who likes to avoid the hype when possible, but the hype of this really got to me, and I ended up purchasing this mask because it just sounded so good. So this mask, total opposite from the water mask. Texture on this one, it's a cream. It's a creamy, buttery mask, and it feels very nourishing when you put it on your skin. Very buttery and comforting on the skin. Now, of course, we've got Cica, Centella in this as a star ingredient, but Laneige is also really banking on one of their own ingredients, and this is called forest yeast. Now, think about forest yeast as really similar to madecassoside, which is a component of Centella, which we do have here in this mask, by the way. Now, madecassoside, we know this to be, this is the component in Centella that's very soothing, that really helps to calm down irritated skin. That's what madecassoside is really, really well known to do. Now, forest yeast is just like madecassoside, except in lab tests, it was shown to be about 112% more effective than madecassoside at soothing irritation on the skin, which is pretty darn exciting, and it's a pretty big claim. So we've got a lot of forest yeast in this product, plus we've got Centella and madecassoside in here. Now, this mask is really marketed towards irritated skin and dry skin. Really, the concept of this mask is to help kind of create a comforting and calming and soothing experience while you sleep. Now, because of that creamy and buttery texture, you can imagine that this is really going to be appropriate for dry skin, dehydrated skin, skin that needs balancing with moisture. And that is reflected in the other ingredients that aren't really being pushed or hyped, you know, in this mask. Of course, we're talking forest yeast and we're talking Centella, but I also have to put out there that there's a good amount of emollient moisturizing ingredients in here. There's a lot of shea butter in here. There's a lot of squalane, and there is also a lot of panthenol in this. And these all add up to kind of really creating a mask that's perfect for dry, dehydrated, irritated skin. Now, no alcohol in this one and no synthetic fragrance in this one. However, this does have the use of 2 essential oils. We've got tea tree oil in here, and we also have palmarosa oil. Now, my experience with this mask is I really, really like it. I really like this. This is very rich and comforting. I don't know how many times I can say the word rich and comforting. I just really want to lay it on thick here about how comforting this is. And I do find that there is a big kind of trend in K-beauty recently with a lot of the barrier-focused ingredients and a lot of the like comforting kind of creams, comfort creams. You see a lot of things that are being released with the word kind of like comfort in it that are really meant to soothe irritated skin, to protect your moisture barrier, to fortify your moisture barrier. And I really feel like this falls into that comfort cream trend. And I personally am loving it, but it definitely does have a little bit more of that thicker feeling to it. And in fact, because it's so rich with emollients, I honestly even found, even though my skin wanted the moisture, I did find that sometimes this was a little too much for my skin, and I'd end up getting quite a bit of shine, quite a bit of grease on my skin in the middle of the night, which is why I really don't recommend this one for oily skin. This is really, I really feel like both of these masks, and we're kind of getting into the this or that here. You know, I really do feel like both of these masks, they are not released as a universal product for everybody. I really do think that these are meant to hit two different kinds of skin types and skin conditions. So K-Beauty, this or that, which one is better? This is going to come down to your skin's needs. If you have very oily skin, if you can't handle a lot of heavy layers on your skin, but you still want a sleeping mask that's going to lock down your skincare layers, protect you from water loss throughout the night, and just give you a really nice, you know, sleeping mask experience, then go for the water mask. This is perfect for you. It's breathable. It's got occlusives without being heavy or suffocating on the skin. Now, if you have dry skin, dehydrated skin, if you have a lot of moisture loss on your skin, if you struggle with your moisture barrier, now the Cica sleeping mask might be the one that you want to go towards because we've got a lot more heavy emollients in here. We've got a richer cream that is really going to help seal your skin as you sleep and add a lot of rich moisture. So Laneige Sleeping Pack Battle, the winner is really up to you. Speaking of popular K-Beauty, which is what this video is all about, popular K-Beauty ingredients, and I really think an iconic ingredient, when you think of this ingredient, you immediately think K-Beauty, is Snail. Snail is completely unique to K-Beauty products, and we K-Beauty fanatics, most of us love our Snail, including myself. Snail was one of the first ingredients that made a really big impression on me early in my skincare journey with K-Beauty products. And I can't think of two more iconic Snail products in K-Beauty than the Cosrx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence and the Benton Snail Bee High Content Essence. These are such good Snail products. Honestly, when I think about, like, you know, Snail products to recommend, if you guys are ever like, you know, what's the best Snail products, it's really hard for me to decide between these two because these are the two that come into my mind. And in fact, I actually made a video about this last year, doing a skincare showdown between these two, but I really do feel that it is worth revisiting, not only because they're such popular products, but because you guys ask me about this all the time. So let's do a deep dive. Let's do a K-Beauty this or that, and let's find out which one of these is right for you. So let's talk about the similarities here between the two products, the similarities that they share, because there's quite a few. The first thing is the fact that they're both super hydrators, and they actually both contain very high amounts of snail secretion. Now, they are both essential oil, fragrance, and alcohol free. So both of these, I think, are really devoid of any potentially problematic ingredients, at least the ones that are universally, you know, kind of problematic for a lot of people. I also find that both of these have a really similar texture. There are a few differences that we'll get into, but both kind of come out as a gel-like texture. They're not very watery. They kind of hold their texture, if that makes sense, coming out as a gel, and they both absorb into the skin really quickly, and both don't have like a heavy or a sticky finish to them once they have dried down and absorbed. So both have a really pleasing texture, in my opinion, and both are just super well loved. I mean, honestly, this is a really difficult one to decide which one to get. I know for you guys out there, because when you research like reviews, every single review between the two is like a rave review, right? So let's really talk about the differences here, because that's what's going to help you decide, at least in my opinion, because they're both so wonderful. So let's start with the Cosrx. So Cosrx contains 96% snail mucin. It's in the name, Snail 96, 96% snail secretion. This also features sodium hyaluronate. It also has arginine, panthenol, allantoin, but we got to remember here, when we've got 96% of the ingredients list is made up of snail, these other ingredients, they're supporting, but they're not really, they are notable, but you know what I mean, they're just not making up a lot. So really, this is pretty much just pure snail in this bottle. Speaking of the bottle is huge. You get 100 milliliters in this bottle, which is quite a bit. It retails around $17, pretty good deal for 100 milliliters of like pure snail. And I would say, in my experience, these bottles last between about 5 to 6 months. So let's talk about the Benton Snail Bee High Content Essence. As I said, both of these contain a high amount of snail, and this one is just a little bit behind the Cosrx we've got 90% Snail here versus the 96 in the Cosrx. Now, the texture on this one, as I said, both are really a gel-like texture. However, I do need to make a distinction between the two. The Benton comes out more as like almost like more of a thin type of gel, and it doesn't have any stringiness, any tackiness, any stickiness, nothing like that to it. Just like a gel, just like a really light gel going over your skin. What I forgot to mention about the Cosrx earlier was the Cosrx is a gel as well. However, you will notice that this has a little bit more of what you might consider to be a traditional Snail texture to it. It's a little stringy. If you move it between your two fingers, you will find stringiness. It does not dry sticky, in my opinion. I know some people think that it's sticky. I don't find that with the Cosrx at all as far as how it feels on your face. I don't think that it's sticky, but it does have a little bit of like a stringy sensation to it when you're kind of, you know, putting it between your two fingers, but it's not tacky or sticky or stringy on the skin. However, the Benton, I gotta give it to Benton. They've really created a much more elegant kind of formulation here because it's this very smooth gel texture. Okay, getting back into the Benton. This one is definitely got a lot more interesting ingredients going on with it. Again, because so much of this is made up of Snail, these are very, very secondary beneficial ingredients in the formula, but they do make a difference in the benefits overall of this product. So we've got some really great acne soothers in this one, including niacinamide, bee venom, panthenol, aloe, and willow bark. Now, this is a 60 milliliter bottle, much smaller than the Cosrx. This retails around $13 routinely, and this bottle lasts about 3 months. Now, my experience with the Benton, I love it. I love both of these. But what I have noticed over the years, you know, using both of these is the Benton is something that I reach for more when I have acne, redness, inflammation on my skin. When my skin is going through troubles, you know what I mean? That is when I break out the Benton because I've got the power of Snail in this, just like with the Cosrx, but we've got the additional acne soothers in here. That niacinamide is fantastic. The bee venom is great to reduce redness. We've got great anti-inflammation benefits, plus we've got anti-irritation, aloe in here. We've also got the panthenol. So all of this really chalks up the Benton to be really excellent for acne-prone skin. This not only does this have anti-acne and antibacterial benefits, this also has acne benefits to fight inflammation and redness, but there's also post-acne benefits with this too, because that niacinamide does double duty. And if you are prone to getting hyperpigmentation after a pimple, this is going to help gently and gradually brighten up that mark and fade it over time, much better than if you weren't using this product. So K-Beauty, this or that, again, this is going to come down to your skin condition and situation. If you have sensitive skin, irritated skin, if you're dealing with sensitized skin, the Cosrx will be the better choice for you. And if you're just looking for pure hydration and Snail benefits, the Cosrx is a great way to go. And of course, it's a better value just because it's a bigger bottle. The Benton, on the other hand, if you are dealing with acne and you want the Snail benefits plus acne fighting benefits, anti-acne fighting benefits plus post-acne care, I have to recommend the Benton for you guys because this has got much better proven redness reduction, inflammation reduction, and it definitely has a very it's minimal, but it does have a brightening benefit to it with this one. So K-Beauty, this or that, that one is going to be up to you, but I think that you really can't go wrong with either product. They're both excellent. Okay, next up on our K-Beauty this or that is going to be a sunscreen showdown between two products from the same brand. We're going to be talking about the Purito Centella Green Level Safe Sun and the brand new released Purito Comfy Water Sun Block. Now, Purito, you can tell, is a brand that is near and dear to my heart because this did make the first episode of the K-Beauty this or that. But because, you know, Purito's really on my mind lately because we've got this new mineral sunblock from Purito. Very, very exciting. I know a lot of you guys are super interested in this product too, but we also just got a brand new sunscreen announcement from Purito this week as well. So I've got Purito on the brain, and I really thought like now was the time to talk about the differences between these two sunscreens. So there's actually a lot in common between the two, even though one is a chemical sunscreen and one is a mineral sunscreen. They actually share a lot of commonalities. So what is the similarities between the two here? Both actually offer SPF 50 with a PA of +4 protection, and as I said, one is a chemical and one is a mineral filter. Now they're both actually incredibly lightweight. Let's scratch that word lightweight out. Weightless on the skin. These are both weightless on the skin. They feel incredible. This is one of those products that you could put it on in the morning and in 2 hours you'd be like, wait a second, did I put on my sunscreen? Could be problematic, but I'm just saying it's incredibly comfortable wearing on the skin. Both have 0 white cast. We're just going to take the white, does it have a white cast question? That is just completely off the table because they are totally invisible sunscreens, which is fantastic. Now, even though they use mineral filters and chemical filters respectively, both are incredibly photo stable. Mineral sunscreen filters are kind of held up as a gold standard because of their photo stability. However, a lot of the new generation chemical filters are catching up, and thank you guys for pointing that out to me on one of my latest sunscreen videos, because it is true and we really do need to start promoting the fact that chemical filters are catching up. And the chemical filters being used in the Purito Centella Green Level Safe Sun are incredibly photo stable. So we're talking excellent protection from both of these sunscreens. Both also use a 70% water base. So both have a really beautiful hydrating feel on the skin when it's going on. They both spread very, very well. We don't have thick creams here by any means. These are incredibly cosmetically elegant with beautiful spreadability on the skin. And interestingly enough, even though one has the word Centella in the name and the other doesn't, both actually utilize Centella in their ingredients list. And the Centella here is really acting as an antioxidant, giving you additional benefits, additional protection on your skin in combination with your UV filters. Okay, so they both have a lot of similarities, but what are the differences? This is how we decide this or that, right? So let's first start with the Centella Green Level Safe Sun. Now this is going to be the chemical sunscreen. This uses the chemical filters of Uvinyl T150 and Uvinyl A+. And these are new generation chemical filters that are these are held up to the highest standard because their photo stability is amazing. It is incredible. Now, this one actually utilizes hyaluronic acid. Remember how I said that both have a 70% water base? This one is relying particularly on hyaluronic acid to achieve that really watery feel on the skin. And even though it is creamy, it does create like a really beautiful humectant type of a feeling on the skin. It's weird to have a sunscreen that feels so hydrating, but it really does. Now, scent on this one, there is a scent. Both of these sunscreens actually utilize essential oils for the fragrancing properties, basically, because the raw ingredients just don't smell good. I get it. Essential oils, not my favorite ingredient to see in any skincare product, but I do understand why they're being used here, because otherwise this would be a funky sunscreen. I get it. So this uses lavender oil mostly. It also has some chamomile oil in it, but the lavender is really the scent that comes through. This is really what's masking those yucky, those yucky raw ingredients. And I would call this a medium kind of a scent. It's not totally in the background. It's not totally overwhelming. It's just sort of in the middle. Once you apply this sunscreen though, that scent does go away. You're not going to walk around smelling like a lavender field. Now, part of the reason why I felt so strongly about including Purito in another K-Beauty this or that video was the fact that I really wanted to talk about the new announcement from Purito, or at least just mention it and put it on your radar. Now, this is not a product that has been released, but this is a product that has been announced. This is exciting news, especially for us who love Purito products but are really starting to feel like we don't want essential oils in our skincare. So Purito has announced that they're going to be releasing an unscented version of the Centella Green Level Safe Sun, meaning unscented is basically AKA no essential oils. No essential oils. So they are working on creating an unscented version that's not super funky smelling, but that doesn't utilize any masking fragrance agents in it. So this is very exciting news. This is something that I'm really happy to share with you guys too, because I think that whether you use essential oils, you don't use essential oils, you don't know where you stand on the essential oil, you know, the scale of things, that's okay. But I think it's really important for us to kind of celebrate this as a victory of a brand that really listens to their customer base, a brand that's really close to the ground when it comes to their customers and that listen. And any brand that is going to listen to feedback and make changes is a brand that I want to support. So I just wanted to put that out there, that this is going to be coming out. I don't know when, but it has been announced, which means it's in the process, it's in the making, and it feels good to know that we're heard as customers. Okay, that aside, let's get back into the sunscreens. So let's talk about the Comfy Water Sun Block. This is their 100% mineral sunscreen formula. This was just released. This is very, very new. So I know that this is something that we're thinking, should we get the Centella one, or should we get the mineral one? I don't know. So this uses zinc oxide and titanium dioxide to create the mineral filters. This also utilizes glycerin for that water base. Remember, 70% water base. We've got hyaluronic acid being used in the Centella, but we've got glycerin being used in this one. And I think that's why this one feels so watery, much more watery even than the Centella one. Just when you spread it across your skin, you get like a refreshing, almost cooling sensation on your skin. It's very pleasant. Scents on this one, we've got lavender oil being used here again. In addition, we've also got orange oil plus tea tree, but the lavender and orange oils are the ones that you're getting for scent on this one, and that's what's coming through when you smell the product. It's a fruity lavender, and I swear to you, it smells just like Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles, yep, that is the scent on this one. It's kind of odd. Again, medium scent here, not super light and not super heavy, and again, it will go away. You're not going to walk around smelling like your face smells like Fruity Pebbles all day long. Thank goodness for that. The one thing I have to mention on this one is there is the potential for pilling. If you enjoy really emollient type creams as your final layer, and then you put sunscreen on top, you're gonna get pilling. This is purely gonna be due to the fact that we've got that glycerin and that 70% water base, that high amount of glycerin. Water and oil don't mix. We already know that, but it's something that I feel like I want to put out there, because if you guys do like heavy and emollient creams and you're not willing to switch over to a water-based cream, then this isn't going to be for you, because the pilling will drive you nuts. This does not pill with water-based creams. Water and water go together just fine, but I want to put that one out there. And the finishes on both of these sunscreens, this is where we get to the K-beauty this or that, you know, which is the best one. Because for me, if mineral or chemical, if that's not really a question in your mind, you don't mind going for either one, you don't have a preference either way. If that is off the table, and you're really just thinking about what's the best sunscreen for my skin type, I would really say it comes down to the finish of these sunscreens. So finish wise, the Centella Green Level Safe Sun, that chemical sunscreen, is what I call a neutral finish. It's not necessarily a finish that is going to make you dewy or shiny in the middle of the afternoon, but it's not necessarily going to have any oil controlling properties to it either. It's just, if you're oily, you're gonna stay oily. If you're dry, it's not gonna make you drier, and it's not gonna make you shinier either. It's not gonna add anything. It's just a neutral finish. It's gonna work with your skin. Now, the Comfy Water Sunblock, the 100% mineral sunscreen, this does have sebum controlling properties to it. This has a semi-matte finish. It's not totally matte, but it is semi-matte on the skin. And this is something that if you do feel like you get like overly oily in the middle of the afternoon, or sunscreens generally make you feel kind of like shiny, this one is going to be good for you, because this is something that will really control that shine throughout the day. But because of that, I can't really recommend this particular mineral sunscreen for every skin type, because in my experience with dehydrated and kind of on the dry side skin, this just made things worse for me. Because if you don't have, basically it just comes down to the fact that if you don't have extra oil on your skin, you don't have oil to spare, you definitely don't want oil controlling properties, right? This one can definitely make your skin feel a little bit drier and tighter if you don't have oil to spare. So K-Beauty this or that, if we take the mineral and chemical, question off of the table, if we just come down to how this performs, I'm going to tell you that the Centella Green Level Safe Sun is perfect for all skin types, but especially those who struggle with moisture on their skin because it's a very hydrating formula and it's a neutral finish that's not going to control your sebum production by any means. The Comfy Water Sunblock, for those of you who have a little extra oil on your skin, who get super shiny in the middle of the afternoon, you're like beaming into space with the shine on your forehead, this is gonna be the one for you. You are gonna love how your skin looks a couple hours in, because it is just going to be, it's not gonna be super matte and dry or chalky, but it's just gonna have this beautiful oil control. Your skin is gonna be semi-matte and gorgeous. You're gonna absolutely love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed another edition of K-Beauty This or That. And if there is a super popular product that like you guys are considering, should I get this one or that one, let me know in the comment box below, because you might just find it on the next episode of K-Beauty This or That. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I release 2 new skincare videos every single week, and don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next time I upload the new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I cannot wait to see you in the next video, and we'll talk soon. Bye guys.